Edwin Neve says he watches every game every day. Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Tonight, we're gonna be breaking down the slate. Really talking about a lot of stuff that happened uh, last night, as well as breaking down some stuff for today. Now, a quick graphic I want to pull up for you. Okay, I sent out this tweet. It's a poll tweet, and I send it out every day. And I asked, who's tonight's gang stack for this Monster 15 game MLB DFS slate? I gave four options: the Diamondbacks, the Oakland A's, the Washington Nationals, and the Boston Red Sox. And of course, everybody was on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I kind of felt that they were in somewhat of a letdown spot. And by letdown spot, I mean, I didn't think that they were going to go out and score, 11, 12 runs again. I didn't think so. I thought if anybody was in a spot to score a ton of runs, it was going to be the Chicago White Sox. That was one of my favorite stacks until Abisail Garcia got late scratched. Well, not late scratched, but he got scratched from the game. I had to retool and rethink, and I went with more of the Washington Nationals, which was a stack that I really liked. So we talked about that in the line drive at 5. It was open to a lot of cats out there on Twitter, but that's what it was. That's what it was. I was on Washington, I was on Boston, and I was on the Chicago White Sox. Every lineup has some semblance of those cats. Every lineup. And then we talked about pitching. And, I let guys know, I was not on McCullers, didn't want to play him much, did not want to play Kershaw much. I did have one share of both of those guys in 6 lineups. I had both of those guys in one. I had a ton of Montgomery from the Yankees. I had a ton of German Marquez from Colorado. I liked the spot that he was in. And then I had some Irvin Santana. He was a pitching prospect that I really liked. And we talked about that definitely in the line drive at 5. So these are the things that we talk about. So if you're on YouTube and you want to get the full down, you want to get the full skinny on what we're doing, if you want to get in for real, go hit up the website at www.dfssweatshop.com. We will give you, see, what we give you more than just the plays is we give you a new way to look at DFS. We give you a new way to look at daily fantasy sports in general, and that's going to apply to any sport that you play, because it's not about the plays with us. It's about strategy, and that's what we do together. We get in the sweatshop and we chop up strategy all day. That's what we do. So take a look at my lineups I had last night. Now, what you're gonna see is the truth, because the number one, I'm an honest guy, man. I played the guys I'm telling you about. If I played these guys and they all bombed, that's what I would show you. I would show you that, hey, I played some shitty guys. This will happen tonight, and for the last few nights, I've been doing pretty well. So as you can see, a lot of Marquez. That's the one lineup I had with McCullers in it. I've got some Santana here, 38.85. That was good. You see Marquez, Montgomery is in just about every lineup. Marquez, Montgomery. That's the Kershaw, Montgomery. That's the Marquez, Montgomery. I had those guys pretty much everywhere. And out of all these lineups, this is every lineup that I had. The lowest scoring lineup was 144. Excuse me, 143 was the McCullers Marquez lineup. That was the lowest one I had. So every lineup that I put in cashed, I ended up doubling my buy-in because I play single entry more than anything. I am a single entry guy, and I got away from that a little bit when the season first started, and which was a big mistake. I should not have done that. Should not have done that. I got away from my single entry swag, man, and I want you all to definitely take advantage of those, man. Single entry is where you get it in at. And I'm a tournament player with a tournament mind, and now I just play single entry. I might throw one in the larger GPP. I am going to play a little bit of cash games from every now and again, but for the most part, I am all single entry. All single entry. And for me, that's the best place to go. And I would definitely suggest that to all of you. Get your single entry on, man. Most certainly. Get it on. All right. Taking a look at today's, because it's already tomorrow. Take a look at today's slate. We got 15 games in all day. And we're going to approach this from an all-day standpoint. Now, I do want to get with you all in the sweatshop tomorrow. I do want to get into the sweatshop with you tomorrow and kind of break down some of that. I want to break down some of the early games because we got 4 games in the early. That's starting at 12:35. Okay, 12:35 in the early. We got 4 games. We've got an afternoon slate, 4 games. Really nice. We've got a 2-game turbo at 3:35. We've got 10 games. It's going to serve as the main slate. Okay, it's going to serve as the main slate. 10 games at 7:05. Then we got a turbo at 7:35. That's 3 games, and the night games is going to be 3 games at 8:05. So we are going to get out early tomorrow. Today we're going to get out early. We don't have a hella late game slate tomorrow, so that's all good because we got that all day joint rocking. So that's how we're going to do it, man. It is going to be a line drive at 5 tomorrow. You're only going to be able to see it if you are a member. So please get on in there while the good stuff is going on, and the getting is most certainly good. So we're going to approach it as an all day. Take a look at everybody, okay? And the first class is more so about pitching. Our first look at pitching, because the couple things I want you to lock down. I want you to lock down your pitching. I want you to know who you want to look at for pitching, and then have some idea of a batter stack that you might like. Okay, and we're going to be using a really helpful application. It is called RotoQL. I had to delete all the projections here because, you know, for fear of, I can't give these people shit away. I'm just using the template when it comes to the scoring and the weather conditions. Free information. I'm just going to use the free information. I'm not going to give you any of the paid stuff from this website. I can't do that. That's bad. That's wrong. So I can't do that. So we're going to be going through game by game, kind of taking a look at pitching, making sure that we are clear on the guys that we like. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Yo, shout out, man, again to the homie, man, Andrew Pierce, man. Shout out to that dude, man. YouTube, I don't know if you know, but yo, this dude has been on a heater, bro. A heater, straight heater, man. Go check my Twitter if you want to know what's happening, man. This dude's, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. All right, so taking a look here. Let's go ahead and pop it open this way. I'm gonna jump into the early first. The 12:35 early. Yeah. All right, first game we're going to have on the slate is going to be the Baltimore Orioles at home in Camden Yards against the Minnesota Twins. Yo, shout out to Jack Pavlov, man. Just joined the spot. Good to see you, fam. So we got a 9-run total here, 7-mile-per-hour wind, a 0% chance of rain, 64 degrees is going to be the temperature here. Taking a look, we got Berrios and Tillman. I'm going to go to DraftKings, make sure those are the guys that we do have on there, because sometimes it can be different. Okay, bam, we got that. Now, taking a look at Jose Berrios, man, over his last few games, 40.25 against Colorado and 24.85 against Cleveland. So I can imagine in the all-day slate as well as in this early, he's going to be a guy that's going to see a ton of ownership. At 7.4K, guy has that much scoring upside that he's already displayed. I know he's going to see ownership. I know that the guy's going to see ownership. Now we got Chris Tillman on the other side at 8.5, 10, 5.75, 19.65. I can automatically tell you this is a guy who's not going to see a ton of ownership. And of course, against a Minnesota Twins team that does hit fairly well against right-handers. Even their right-handed power hits well against right-handers. You're not going to see a ton of ownership on Tillman, but you will see some on Jose Berrios. I don't have an issue with that. I think you can go there without question. So that's going to be a guy that we're going to like automatically. Jose Berrios is going to be a guy that we can take advantage of here. If you look at, if you wanted to attack him in some way, it's a 4-game slate. You can get away with rostering a hitter against your pitcher in some spots because it's a small 4-game slate. You can look at Chris Davis, 4.4K, maybe some Seth Smith batting leadoff at 4K. But for the most part, man, you're going to see a ton of Berrios. And for good reason, too. In this game, we got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Milwaukee Brewers. This game, Marcus Stroman, 10.2 against Matt Garza at 7.8. Let's check that on DraftKings just to make sure we've got the correct rotation. Certainly. So, Stroman, man, yo, let's look at what these cats do. Let's get what these cats do. Taking a look at K rate when it comes to the Brewers, man, they're second in the league in K rate, 24.1% K rate. They strike out a lot, but one thing I want you to pay attention to is that ISO, 202 ISO, with a 339 WOBA. So this is not just a team who goes out and strikes out a ton and doesn't score any runs, doesn't get on base. This is not the case with them. This is a team that either hits jacks or they strike out. So when you take a shot at rostering a guy like Stroman, who was not, a great K style pitcher, you run the risk of getting shelled in this spot, especially at that 10.2 price point. So 23.95, 21.5. His worst game of the season was a negative 4.65 against my New York Yankees. How about that Yankee shit, man? They cheated the shit out of us tonight. They really did. Edwin Neves, what's up, big homie? Lane Elliott, good to see you, fam. So I do think Stroman is in play, most certainly on that 4-game slate, a guy you can look at because you can look to take advantage of the K rate that you see with the Milwaukee Brewers. Not on Matt Garza at all. There's just so much switch hitting and lefty power there for the Toronto Blue Jays, man, and they have been hitting quite well lately. So that's the way I'm going to be going. I'm not going to be taking any Matt Garza in all day or on that early. That's just not something I like. But Marcus Stroman, he is in play. He is definitely in play here. Next game we got is the Miami Marlins and the Oakland Athletics. This game was a really nice game yesterday. It was a good one yesterday. We've got Anderson Volquez against Sonny Gray. We're going to check that on DraftKings just to make sure. There we are. We're set to go. Anderson Volquez, 7.9K. Sonny Gray, 8.6. Not in love with Sonny Gray in this spot. I kind of like. I think I'm gonna like some of those bats from the Miami Marlins. I think those guys have been hitting hot, scored a ton of runs last night. I think it can happen again. Last time against Boston, 23.9, 11.3 against Texas, 7.7 against Detroit. So the dude has not been spectacular. He's not been spectacular. Anderson Volquez, on the other hand, 4.3, 15 point, just not great at all for him too. Not great. Now, you look at Yonder Alonso, who's probably not going to be in the rotation. He took one on the hand, and he said on Twitter that he thought he might have broke it. But I don't think he breaks it. I don't think he broke his hand, but I don't think he's going to play tomorrow. And if he doesn't, that's going to leave a lot of power out of the lineup. So I think Volquez is the guy that you might want to take a look at tomorrow. D. Gordon is on flyer. Plug him in. Yes, D. Gordon is hitting. He is hitting. D. Gordon, I had him on FanDuel tonight. He is hitting. D. Gordon getting it in. So that's very dope. All right, so I'm going to take a shot on Volquez in this spot, and I like it. No Sonny Gray for me. So far, I like Barrios is the guy that we're going to be on. We're going to be on Stroman, and we are also I like Volquez in the spot against the Oakland A's. Right? Yo, he says everybody sleep in the comments usually jumping. Yeah, man. Yo, it was a late one, bro. It was a late one. Moving on to the last game in the early, we've got the Chicago White Sox and the Arizona Diamondbacks. 9.5 is the run total here. Yo, Arizona has been killing it lately. I don't think people are going to want to roster a pitcher against them at all. But Jose Quintana at 9.6K is a contrarian play that I think I may want to take advantage of tomorrow in the early. This is the perfect spot for everybody to just continue to roster the Arizona Diamondbacks, and for me to play the contrarian role and play a left-handed pitcher against this order. The only guy that I really fear is going to be Goldie. I fear Goldie in this spot. I really do. Not saying I'm not going to have any exposure to the Diamondbacks, because I probably will. But I think Quintana is going to be a stud at very low ownership. So it could be something that we take a look at. Randall Delgado, no. I'm going to be playing some White Sox bats again, definitely. Edwin Neves, you are the resident White Sox enthusiast. Tell me how you think you can see Jose Quintana fare against the hottest team, or one of the hottest teams right now in baseball. 28.8 against Seattle last time out. 14 for his best start of the season was against Kansas City at 32.4. Quintana's a guy that can get Ks, man. He is. He's a guy that can get Ks. Lenny Nurse, what's happening, big homie? Good to see you, fam. He's a guy that can get Ks. Randall Delgado, the book on him, not really out yet. He's not a guy that I want to play anyway. I definitely think. But and you know, if you think Delgado can get the win, you might want to take a look at him. I'm not going to say don't play him. He's very cheap, 4K. You can get damn near any bet you want if you paid all the way down for Delgado. You might want to do that. That could be an option for you. It definitely could be an option. Now let's go ahead and move over to the main slate. That's going to be a 10-game slate. First pitch popping off at 7:05. Let's go and check that out. And what we're doing, man, we're taking a look at pitching here. We want to get a good read on what we can do as far as our pitching goes, okay? So taking a look, we've got the Kansas City Royals and my New York Yankees, Jason Hamill and Luis Severino on the mound. We got 8-mile-per-hour wind coming back toward the batter box, 66 degrees, a 0% chance of rain, 53 dew point, 65% humidity. Yo, Hamill, no. Severino, yes. I'm going to be attacked. I can attack the Kansas City Royals with Severino, most certainly. So he's a guy, bang, plug him in. I like him. I like Severino tomorrow. Next game we got is the Colorado Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. Well, let's go check out, because I want to support what I'm saying with some numbers. We look at the Royals here, man, in K rate. They're 18th in the league in K rate, 20.6% toward the bottom half in the league. The ISO, 138, not good at all. Team WOBA of 288. Yes, give me some Severino, most certainly. Give me some Severino. I'm all good with that. Now we got the Colorado Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. It's been just pretty good to play Rockies pitchers. Take a look at Rockies pitchers, man. I told you about the Rockies, man. Blackman was going off. Yo, he's the only dude I liked. I didn't like anybody else from Colorado except Blackman, and he went out and crushed too. If you like Blackman, and the only guy that I really liked from the Mets was Conforto. If you had Blackman and Conforto, bro, you got to the money. No question. No question. Very solid games for both of those cats. So the Rockies pitching rotation has been sorely underlooked, man. And it's looking like, guys that you can just roll out and start, especially in good matchups. Okay, 9.2, 5.7, 24.75 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. His best start of the season was against the San Francisco Giants in San Fran, 35.45. So the dude does have upside. He's a guy that can get you there. If you need a ride, to 150 or 175, he can get you there. Okay? Edmund Neves says, I stay away from pitching as far as the Sox D-backs. Quintana can have a decent game, but there's other options. Gotcha. I can take that. So Jeremy Hellickson is going to be on the mound for the Phillies. 17, 3.65, 7.7, -5. Not great in his last 4 starts. Do not want to play him against the Colorado Rockies. They've kind of been hitting. They've been taking the cover the ball lately. So I do like some Tyler Chatwood. This is a team that's in disarray, man. The Phillies have not been hitting the ball at all. Not well at all. And I definitely think that Tyler Chatwood is better than German Marquez. So I can play him. I can definitely play him. Next game we got is the Seattle Mariners and the Washington Nationals. 0% chance of rain in Washington Nationals Park. 83% humidity. 10-mile-per-hour wind coming back toward the infield. It's going to be overcast. 64 degrees is there with a 59 dew point. We got Sam Gaviglio and Tanner Roark. Roark is not a guy that I like. I generally don't like to play him, and I like to roster left-handed power against him. I think I was a day early on Robinson Cano, coming back from that 10-day DL, so I will be playing him, I think, against Tanner Roark. Sam Gaviglio, no. Last start, or only start of the season, 12.25 against the White Sox. I don't want to go there. I think Washington Nationals are going to be another stack. We can stack those guys again, most certainly. I think that they're going to be a pretty hot commodity again, especially after scoring all of those runs. And in our stacks last night, bro, we had I think the Boston stack, they scored 11 runs. They scored 10 runs. We saw 11 runs from Washington. I think it was 4 or 5 runs from Chicago. So that was pretty good. Pretty good. I can rock with that. So we got Chris Sale, Martin Perez. Yes. Play Chris Sale. 13.5. Yo, I like to play Chris Sale more than I like to play Scherzer, more than I like to play Kershaw. I like to play Chris Sale, man. I like Chris Sale. Because he's gonna get run support. And he's gonna really hammer the other team. And you look at, what we want is Ks. Let's take a look at what the Texas Rangers do as far as K rates go. Okay? They're 9th in the league. The ninth worst team in the league when it comes to K rate. Yeah, ninth, 22.5% K rate. So this is a team that does strike out. Now they do have a 175 ISO, which is good. Team WOBA of 315, which isn't all that. But against Sale, you got to make contact. In order for your ISO to be good, you got to make contact against Sale. So I definitely think that I can take advantage of Chris Sale tomorrow. I think a lot of people will, and it makes complete sense. Sale tomorrow, all good. Sale is all good tomorrow. Martin Perez, 6K. This team can destroy right-handed pitching. I won't be playing Martin Perez tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I like some of those Boston guys. We're going to talk about that in the line drive at 5 tomorrow. Be there or be square. Next game we got is the San Diego Padres and the New York Mets. 9-mile-per-hour wind going out toward shallow left field. 53 is the dew point. We've got a 0% chance of rain, 65 degrees. Jared Cosart and Robert Gesselman. Yo, my love affair with Gesselman is over. I cannot play this dude. I just can't. If you remember, yo, early in the season, I was like, yeah, I can play Gesselman. I like Gesselman. -2, 7.85, 0.45, -4.8. No, I just can't do it. No Gesselman for me tomorrow. No Gesselman. Jared Cosart at 4.7 is a guy that I think we can continue to attack him in the spot. 11 in his last game against Milwaukee, 7.8 against Arizona, 9.4 against Colorado. You can get some Mets in there, most certainly. You want to go Oppo on them, grab some left-handed Mets bats. That's going to be really good for you. Next game we got is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Tampa Bay Rays. I think we were a day early on the Rays stack, so I'm going to be playing some Rays, most certainly. I'm gonna be playing some Rays. Ricky Nolasco is trash. Ricky Nolasco is horrible. Over the last few games, 15, 10, 28, 7.75, 19.75, 14.7. The BVP against this cat is good. I mean, they knock him around the park. They really do. So I've got no issue playing some of those Rays bats. Just got a question. Any Padres that I like? Not really. On a 10-game slate, I don't really. There's not Padres that I really love. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe some Hedges or Ryan Schimpf. These guys are still really cheap. So I mean, they're definitely going to be. You're going to have to. Well, not have to. You're going to be more inclined to play some of those Padres once you go ahead and lock Chris Sale in your lineup because it's going to look like a great value. But I'm not set on any of them yet. And we're going to talk more about it when we get into the first class as well. Most certainly. So, like I was saying, I do think you can rock with a Rays. Rays stacks are going to be pretty solid for us tomorrow. I do like some of the, Mike Trout. I like Trout. Of course, you got to like Trout. But Erasmo Ramirez, not a play that I'm going to be on. 13.8, 22.05 in his last 2 starts. His only 2 starts of the season. Don't really love him a lot. Next game we got is the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. You got Trevor Williams and Julio Teheran. You know I love to attack Teheran, but I want you to be careful with this game because it's a 51% chance of rain right now. We've got a dew point of 59, 72% humidity, 9-mile-per-hour wind going out toward right field. 51% chance of rain here. It's tough. 68 degrees. So Trevor Williams, man, not bad in the start against Arizona. That's when they were just waking up, too, when the bats were just waking up. So he wasn't bad right then and there. But you got against Philadelphia, 3.15, -6 against the Dodgers. You know what? He's a guy that I'm going to like the left-handed power from. You look at Markakis, who's been playing pretty well lately. You got Matt Kemp, 4.8, who does hit righties well. Inciarte. I'm going to like some of those Braves guys. I am. The Braves guys are going to, and it's a 9.5 run total. Julio Teheran gives it up. Gives it up. -13 in his last start. 22, 2.65. So Teheran has been terrible. And lefties eat him for lunch. So I'm going to have some exposure to some Pittsburgh guys. They destroy him. They really do. The Pittsburgh Pirates destroy Teheran. So I'm going to have some exposure to guys against him. Next game we got is the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. We got Matt Moore on the mound for the Giants and Kyle Hendricks for the Chicago Cubs. 16-mile-per-hour wind coming back toward the shallow infield part. 80% humidity, 2% chance of very light rain, 58 degrees. This game should play without any incident here. Uh, Matt Moore, not a guy I like, but I think Kyle Hendricks is going to be very solid. Looking over his last few games, man, 16, 20.65, 16, 17, 19, all solid. His last 5 starts have been pretty decent. And he's not priced up enough to where I can't get him in sale, pay down for some cats, and be good to go. So I do like Kyle Hendricks tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I like Kyle Hendricks a lot against the San Francisco Giants. Give me some of that. I love the fact that the wind's going to be blowing in. So I do like Hendricks. No Matt Moore for me. We know you got, Bryant can go, Zobrist, Russell. This is a spot where you're going to like some of the cheaper guys, some of the cheaper right-handed bats for the Chicago Cubs. Guys like Addison Russell, Contreras, Almora Jr. You're going to like some of those guys. I'm not on Matt Moore in this spot. I'm really not. Next game we got is the Detroit Tigers and the Houston Astros. Charlie Morton, man, he was pretty good. He was pretty good for a stretch during the season. The last game against Cleveland, not so much, 7.4, but 19.35 against Atlanta, 27.3 against Texas, 31.5 against Oakland. So, Charlie Morton is a guy that does have decent stuff. 9 run total. I wouldn't have a major issue, playing him in some spots. Not at all. Daniel Norris is a guy that I'm definitely going to be attacking with some of those Houston bats. Do not want a piece of him. If you didn't like Morton, you can go a couple of different ways. Miguel Cabrera, man, really slow start to his season, right? I'm talking 13, 16, 18, 0, 0, 3, 5, 2, 11. Like, haven't had that huge Cabrera game. 25 against Trevor Bauer on 414. But, I mean, his largest score of the season came, a while back. So, it's been tough playing Miguel Cabrera. I think I want to go at Morton. That's just me, coming from Rudy Herta, right on DFS. I kind of like. I think I'm gonna like Morton in the spot. I can get with him. And the last game on that 10-game main slate jumps up at 10-10. First pitch goes out. We have the St. Louis Cardinals and the LA Dodgers. Keep in mind, this game did go into extra innings. We did see a little bit more action from the bullpen than we normally would see from the St. Louis side. We didn't really have to see a ton of action from the Dodgers side for the simple fact that, Kershaw went damn near the distance. You know what I mean? Damn near went the distance. We got Rich Hill at 8.9, the lefty. I kind of like Rich Hill in this spot. 17.25, 20.25. If I know that the pitch count is there, he's a guy that I'm going to be taking advantage of. I like him. If you didn't like, because when you look at the power from guys like Matt Carpenter, Dexter Fowler, it's gonna be coming from the left-handers, and I think I can play Rich Hill. Mike Leake 8.1 has been decent lately. 17, 14.7, 14.7, 16, 21. Best game of the season was against Washington, 31.35. So, Mike Leake has not been bad. He hasn't been bad. Yeah, Lance Lynn threw about 120 pitches, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. How about that Braves game, man? That shit was like I thought it was gonna be postponed, and I was like tripled on my buy-in. The Brave game starts playing again. Next thing you know, I'm down to double the buy-in, which is still good, but it was much better, when I was up a lot more. So these are the pitchers that I kind of like, man. Guys that I'm gonna be taking advantage of and looking at it. We got my favorite pitchers on the slate. We got Sale, Severino, Rich Hill, Charlie Morton's guy I have interest in, and that's as far as it's going to go for me. Sale, Severino, Rich Hill, Charlie Morton. All right? Yeah, man. So that's the way I'm going to be rocking, man. That's how I'm going to be cutting it up. So, I would advise you, hop into your single entry tournaments. Make sure you get exposure to those, man. Those are really good tools. Really good tournaments to play. And get your cash game on too. Like it's all good to go for the high dollar GPPs and try to win all the money. But it's a slow grind. It's a long season. It's a slow grind. It's a long season. And I want y'all to be here with me. I really do. I really do. I don't like Erasmo Ramirez. No, I don't like him. I'm not on Ramirez. Seth Reddick, what's up, big homie? Good to see you in the shop. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not on Ramirez, man. 5.6 is fairly cheap for him, but I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like pitching this game at all. It's a slow grind, man. What is really about for me right now is you gotta hone in, man. Just a few times a week on the team that's gonna score the most points and stack the shit out of them, bro. And that's gonna come from watching games. As you can tell, man. I'm watching all the games. I got 2 laptops. I'm watching all the games, and I'm looking at swings. I'm looking at what guys do in situations, and I'm starting to really I'm getting a very solid feel about when to play and when to stack and when to use guys as one-offs. It's a slow grind, and I want you to be here, man. So don't give it all back if you're winning. Don't give it all back. Stick to the bankroll management. Manage it, and don't give it all back. There's no need for that. All right. And plus, I just want you to be around for the entirety of the season. So shot it again. Yeah. Dylan Zink says he thinks we can count on a low pitch count from Rich Hill. I know. That's the tough thing about Rich Hill, man, is the pitch count isn't always there. Especially the pitch count isn't always there. So that's something we gotta take a look at. But yeah, it was a solid night for us, man. Meet me here in the line drive at 5. If you're out there on YouTube and you definitely want to be a part of this thing, man, it's very simple. Go to the website, www.dfssweatshop.com. That is where you're going to get everything that we have to offer. Each day, I throw out my optimal lineup. That lineup today, how did that lineup today do for y'all, the optimal joint that we threw out? I think it scored like 155 points. 155 points. Solid. Very solid. Lenny Nurse says he loves Severino tomorrow. I can dig that. So every day we're going to throw out the optimal lineup. You get that. Also, you get be a part of the 2 live streams that we do. YouTube. Come on in, man. Just come in. Come on in. Go to the website at www.dfssweatshop.com. This has been your DFS Jerusalem. Thanking you for joining me in the shop. I am going to chop it up a little bit more with everybody in the VIP. So y'all have a wonderful and profitable Wednesday. Make sure you get back with us in the sweatshop to chop it up. Peace. The number one thing I want y'all to do is make some lineups in the turbos, throw them bitches in the main, and keep it 3